Welcome back to episode 77 of NASCAR Heat 2 Career Mode. And it's been quite a long time since I've done one of these videos. Really and truly, I've just been doing a league race and uploading those and everything. But I want to say forgot about this, but I was just kind of like, it's career mode, it is what it is. It's not really like the most fun thing in the world, but there was a large part of me that was like, you know what, I just want to finish this out and just finish what I started. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and do that. We got some fun, interesting racetracks coming up as well. We got Darlington. I believe we have 2 Darlington races. Yeah, Darlington. Yep. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and do those races. Let me show you guys the standings real quick before we hop into the video. And I'll show you guys the how the playoff standings will look, because we're getting real close to the playoffs here. So that's Xfinity Series, and we go over here to Cup Series, and then the Chase standings or playoff. My bad. I've been around NASCAR too long. They've been changing up names and whatnot for everything, so I forget it. Forget it all the time. But yeah, a lot to talk about and to cover. But we'll get into that shortly. I don't believe I'm going to qualify here for these races. I think we're just going to go on ahead and go with it how it is. The loading screen ever permits. Oh, there it is, finally. Let me get my sound right. I'm not hearing anything here.
Alright, it's Marks. Go.
Alright, let's get out here and see what we got. So, with the Saturday Night Thunder Racing League, which is the name of the racing league I'm in, we are 2 races from the playoffs. Everybody's gonna make the playoffs. That's because, you know, there's maybe about 8, 9 of us or so, something like that, maybe 10 of us. I think we might actually have 10. But, you know, there's not a whole, like, NASCAR field of us, right? So we're just going to let everybody into the playoffs. As long as, you know, you haven't missed a certain amount of races and everything. We have our... Ooh, this car is a little tight. Okay. Sorry. We have our rules and everything with that, and, you know, but I'm probably not going to go in depth and explaining it because I'm not 100% sure. It's like you miss like 3 races without a notice or something, you're out of playoff contention or something. I don't know. But you know, if we had more people, obviously we would look into that. But it's a little bit difficult when you have to like put people, you know, in party chats and whatnot and all that good stuff. But yeah, so we've got 2 races to the playoffs. We've got a few different points race winners this season. But yeah, I've got, I believe I'm second in points, I do believe. I need to try and find a way to get the points up for you guys after at the end of those videos. So you guys can see how the points are shaping up and turning out. But I don't know, I'll look into that. I'll try and find some type of way to keep you guys updated on the points, or at least put it down in the description or something for you guys. That way you guys can, you know, keep up with that stuff. But yeah. So we're coming up on the playoffs. We have Dover in the Cup Series. As you guys know, like we alternate series. So, you know, like race 1 was in the Cup Series, race 2 was Xfinity, and race 3 was trucks. And it just keeps repeating like that, so on and so forth. So this weekend we're at Cup Series at Dover. It's going to be a 50% race. All our Cup Series races are 50% races with ×3 tire and fuel wear. And yeah, 200 laps at Dover. It's going to be rough. It is going to be rough. Should be fun though. Pretty cool track. Practice there a lot. I like how the car feels. I feel like the car is. I feel like I'm getting good speed out of the car on stock setup, and after I make changes to it. At Iowa, we ran our most recent race was Iowa in the Truck Series. If you guys, haven't checked that video out, please go do so. It's very short. It was only like 25 laps. Videos maybe like 10, 11, 12 minutes long or something like that, and I edited through some of the like all the cautions and everything like that and whatnot. So yeah, be sure to go check that video out and drop a like. And yeah, I was real happy with how the car was handling and performing stock setup wise. And then we had a caution, we pitted, and I wasn't as happy with the car after I pitted. I don't know, it was weird. Like when I was practicing, the car felt good even after I made changes to it. Like the changes I made, I liked it, and I felt like the car was good, and we'd be able to do some stuff. But it didn't necessarily work out that way. It's with 3 wide. This is not good. This is not smart. Kind of sandbagged the 28 right there, but it's kind of fucked him over. But better him than me. But yeah, it was what it was. I'm trying not to say too much to spoil it for you guys. If you guys go watch that video, like I said, it's real short, so it's not gonna take that much time. We are just bouncing off of people here. My goodness. Alright, 2 cars giving us a little help here. Appreciate it. Oh, okay, a little loose on entry. That's fine. I cannot wait for our league race here at this track. It's gonna be so much fun. But let's try and move the 86 here and get by him. And then the final race of the regular season is Charlotte in the Xfinity Series, so that should be pretty good. I really like Charlotte. It's one of my favorite tracks. It's always been a real good track for me. In our older leagues, back on PS3, back in those days, I always struggle, man. I always struggle to get wins, and I went like a whole season or 2 without getting wins, but the progression was steady, and I went from running back of the pack to running up front more than not, and being there and being able to compete for wins. And I had a lot of second place finishes, man. I was like Kyle Larson. I had a lot of second place finishes, or like Chase Elliott, whatever you want to call it, categorize it as. A lot of second place finishes. A lot of frustration of being right there, but just never being able to get that first one. And then I finally did at Charlotte. Charlotte always ran well at. I remember one of the guys who used to race in our league. He was really good with setups. He helped me out with setups. I believe it was him. He told me that.
Caution! Watch for the brake.
I believe it was actually Darlington. Back on like NASCAR, like 14, or maybe it was inside line. But you use the Darlington setup for Charlotte, and it will really help you. And I did that, and the car was, it was great. And from that point forward, always having a Darlington setup, like use that as like a like whatever your custom setup was for Darlington, use that as kind of a template. Or no. I think because back in those days you had stock setups for the tracks, so you put in the stock Darlington one and use that as kind of like a building block to like build your Charlotte one off of. And I did that, and everything was great. And from that point forward, I was pretty good at Charlotte. And I ended up getting my first win there. I don't know if I got it exactly that time he told me that would work. I don't know if that was the specific race, or if it came maybe the next time we went to Charlotte, but I ended up getting my first win there. It was crazy as hell. I think we had like a restart or something with a little while to go, and like I just remember being like nervous as shit, like, okay, this is like the best chance I've had thus far. I braked a little bit, my car shot to the right. It was like, it's the best chance I've like probably ever had, and like the car is good, and I've led some laps and whatnot. Like me leading laps, it wasn't just like, oh, somebody pitted, or I just happened to end up, like I miss a wreck and I just happened to end up in first. Like, no, like I believe I drove up there and took that shit. And I ended up holding on and winning the damn race. And because we had like a reduced season that season or something, I ended up winning the damn race. And then like we went a little while later, you know how the NASCAR schedule goes. We end up at Kentucky. Oh wow. Okay, that was close. We ended up in Kentucky and I ended up winning that damn race. I took 2 tires on the last pit stop just as like just kind of like a fuck it, either this is gonna work really well and I'm gonna win, or I'm gonna get blown by, and yeah. But this is the only shot I got. So I took 2 tires, took a big swing at the car, loosened it up, and I came out of the pits and I had a pretty good lead, like a 3-second lead or something, and or 2-second lead or something. And the dude that was up front that whole time, he caught me in a little bit by bit, and finally it leveled off at some point in time, like a second or several tenths of a second or something, and it leveled off, and I held on for the rest of a handful of laps and ended up getting my second win. And from that point forward, they just kind of started flowing. But it all started with that Charlotte win. So I keep just changing camera angles. I don't know. I switch back and forth between. Holy crap! That got me loose as hell. Those bumps right there, they will get you really, really loose. I switch back and forth between this camera angle and this camera angle. Just, I don't know which one I like better. I like them both, but I feel like I typically just go with this one. But yeah, so Charlotte's always been a good track. I'm hoping I can win there. I don't know exactly how well it'll translate over. I mean, like, I believe inside line, but I'm not positive, but I know for sure NASCAR 15 and 14, I was really, really good at Charlotte. Won there a good amount of times. So yeah, hopefully I can recreate that. 'Cause, right now in our league, I've won like 7 races in a row. I don't know how the fuck I've managed that. It's honestly, I've had good cars and I've ran good races. I've done good, but it's been a lot of like close finishes. It's been a lot of, I'd say I've gotten pretty lucky in some races. Not to say like I didn't, deserve the win or anything, but it's just a lot of things have been playing out real well. And yeah. But a little bitter that I haven't, like, there are some races that I didn't quite get like the race captured and recorded so I could upload it for you guys. And my first one is Talladega. I believe I did not remember to record that after the race had finished. It was a cool race, nerve-wracking as hell. I mean, it's Talladega, and we're all. If you ever ran Talladega, like a league race where it's like points or whatever, or I'm sure some public lobbies get like this, but kind of just single file on the bottom. Most of some people are jumping out trying to make things work, but you know, that happens in real life too. Just single file and just let's try not to tear our shit up and wreck. And we were doing that, and thankfully enough, I somehow qualified like first or in like the top three or something. I managed to get into first, and I just put my truck on the bottom. People behind me were pushing, and yeah. But I'll get into that after this.
NASCAR returns to Darlington Raceway for the Bojangles Southern 500. The Lady in Black has had a long tradition of tormenting drivers, but a new tradition has recently blossomed here as Darlington has become the host of the official NASCAR Throwback Weekend. So travel back in time with us today as we celebrate pre-1989 NASCAR. Let's head down to the track and get it started.
Alrighty.
Almost ready. Nice and smooth here. We're going green. Green flag.
On the 96 is really not playing nice. Now he's driving us up into the fence. Okay. But yeah, it's a single file around the bottom, and we were coming to get where we got the white flag, and like
Stay on the bottom. Hold as
right
steady
in
will.
between the oh boy. Oh no. Oh
All
god,
clear,
what's
all clear.
happening? Am
Hey,
I
you
clear?
gotta slow down.
I'm clear.
Outside.
Right in between the
Clear,
start
clear.
finish line and turn one, there was a wreck, so the race ended under caution. So I was actually very happy about. Oh
Clear all around. Clear high.
god.
Get up there.
Okay, maybe I should have qualified because it's kind of hard to get up through the field here and not wreck or spin yourself out because you're trying not to dive down to the bottom all the way and get on the apron.
The car ahead is pitting.
The seven's dropping down into the pits. So I won that way, and then Texas. If you guys haven't watched, you know,
Outside, hold your line.
we
All clear, all
we run
clear.
with stages on. We run 50% races, and when we do Cup Series, so it's a pretty lengthy race. So for the first stage, I mean, it was all good. We were just racing and doing our thing, and then maybe about like halfway through the second stage or something, we started wrecking just a hell of a lot. We kept wrecking and wrecking and wrecking, and we made it into the third stage, and it was more of the same. And people were getting real fed up and pissed and everything.
Outside, still there.
And I kind of was
All
too.
clear, driver.
Not necessarily because I was like, oh my god, I keep getting ran over, or I'm getting blocked, or this and that, which was happening. I'm not trying to discredit that or anything. But my frustration was just like, I just wanted to go race. And we kept having cautions, and like, we weren't able to race. We'd go down to turn one and pile shit up into the fence. And I was just like, damn it, I just want to race. But I started sitting there thinking like, okay, this isn't ending. Like it kept going. It kept going. And we just kept wrecking. And I'm like, this isn't ending. What can I do? And I was like, okay. I started looking at the laps. I started looking at the fuel. And I'm like, I'm going to pit one time. One more time. One last time. Because, you know, we were wrecking and we were all pitting and just trying to get the freshest tires we possibly could and everything. I'm like, all right, I'm going to pit one last time on this caution. And I'm going to make, you know, I'm going to pit. I don't remember if I made an adjustment or not, but these are the last tires I'm going to have this race.
Clear quick.
I'm going to stay out. We're going to wreck some more. I know we are. Hopefully I can miss the wreck. I'm going to stay out. Well, we wrecked. And we wrecked. And we wrecked and wrecked and wrecked. And I stayed out. And I made it all the way to first by staying out.
Clear.
And we kept wrecking some more and some more and some more. And I got good restarts and I stayed up in first. And I wasn't pitting. I was just standing there. And finally, we stopped wrecking. And it was about 7 laps to go. And I held on. I pulled away. I feel like, if I can remember back, the race is on my channel, I'll have to go back and watch it, but I feel like some people were getting hip to my strategy, because I feel like I had a couple people, a couple people that were on older tires with me, separating me and like the first guy with like new tires, right? So it's like, okay, if I got enough car to outdrive these dudes with the same lap tires as me, then I can pull away. Meanwhile, the dudes with the freshest tires are gonna have to get in between me and them before they can worry about getting to me. I'm like, okay, cool. I got this mapped out. I got this figured out. This should work, and it did. I hung on and I won. Thankfully.
Clear low, get down there.
And I forget what track we went to. It was like Kansas or something. And it was a great race. I very thoroughly enjoyed the racing. It was great racing. Hard to pass because we were all up on the high side, and it was just a lot of fun. It was really, really fun. And coming down to the end, some people got in the wall, and I ended up keeping my shit out of the wall, and I ended up winning, thankfully. So it was, 3 in a row? I think we went to Bristol, but that car was one of the best cars I've had. One of the best cars I've had in this league on this game. It was freaking incredible. It rotated, it hugged the top. It was awesome. I loved it. Ooh, sweet Jesus. I kind of want to be here in case some guys pit.
Clear low, stay low. Still a car out there.
Okay, nobody's pitting. I'll make a move on our teammate here. I think he went to Bristol.
Still a car out there.
And I ended up winning that one.
Outside.
We were, truck race. Kansas, Daga was trucks. Texas was Cup. Kansas was Xfinity. And then we went back to Bristol with the truck, or went back to trucks with Bristol. And the car was really great on stock setup. Like, it handled great, and I was pulling away. I had a good lead and everything. Everything was wonderful. We wrecked. I was like, oh fuck. Okay, whatever. We wrecked. It happens. It's Bristol. I expected a lot more wrecks than what actually happened. I think we only had one caution. So I went in, I pitted, I made my adjustments. And the truck was fine. It was still fine. And I was kind of taking shit easy because I didn't want to put it in the fence and everything. And this one dude caught up to me pretty late and kind of made it interesting on the final lap. But thankfully, somehow, some way, I held on. I won the race. And then I believe we went to Martinsville.
Ready.
Now, Martinsville.
Race is going green.
I said at the time of the Kansas race, I was like, that car I had at Kansas was the best car I've ever had on this game, and in this league and everything.
Inside, still there.
Well, the car at Martinsville was the absolute best car I've had on this game. That car was incredible. Martinsville might be my favorite track. Not exactly sure, but that car was absolutely incredible. And I won that race. I pulled away. I led most of the laps. One of the dudes in our league, Cavalier, he did really good that race as well. He was up there running second most of, if not the entire race. When he wasn't running first, he led some laps himself too. So he had a good time racing with him and everything up there for the lead. It was fun, and trying to pull away and stay the hell away from him so I didn't get past. So oh my god. Okay. Sweet Jesus. Wow. That was bad. How many laps we got left? 8? Oh, fuck.
Outside, hold your line.
Oh.
Clear.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. That's cool too. No, okay. That's cool. So, yeah, that was certainly interesting what just happened, but you know what? It is what it is. My goodness, this car is a handful.
Outside, still there.
But yeah, I ended up winning Martinsville. That was a really, really fun race, just because, it's a 50% race, so it's 250 laps. But if I have to do, 50% at a track, I would like it to be Martinsville. What the fuck? if I have to do 250 laps at a track, I want it to be Martinsville. If I have to do 50% at a track, I want it to be Martinsville because it's a whole hell of a lot of fun. And yeah, it does. What the hell? My car just turned right a little bit. Some of that does have to do with the fact that I'm pretty good at it, but I like it. I like the track. I really do. You get real good racing out of it. And it's not easy to pass either, which factors in, some of the real good racing you got. It's kind of hard to pass. You really got to work for it, and people can make you work for it. And just
Clear high, get up there.
Admittedly, it does get aggravating sometimes when you're like,
All clear.
I need to get by you because either the guy ahead of us is pulling the hell away, or I got, oh my fucking god, what the fuck? I got so-and-so behind me and he's catching up to me, so I need to get by you.
Inside.
Yeah, I gotta make some adjustments to this car. It is way too loose to it's like I can't go anywhere or really make a move out of the corner because I can't pass anyone safely. But yeah, Martinsville's a really good track. I really like it. That was Dega, Texas, Kansas, Bristol. That was 5. Where do we go to next? Mid-Ohio. And that was interesting. That was oh my god.
All clear.
That was a challenge. I said Cavalier, he's pretty good, so he was definitely running up front. He was leading a good amount of laps at Mid-Ohio. Oh my god. What the hell? He's leading a good amount of laps at Mid-Ohio. And yeah, man, I don't know what to call it, but that first right-hander after that long straightaway at Mid-Ohio, if you guys are familiar with the track, I drove it a little too hard trying to make up some ground on him out of that corner. I got in the grass. Well, if you get in the grass in this game, you're fucked. So I dropped back a couple of seconds and I'm like, oh my god, that's great. It was in stage 2. So, I was going to, the caution was going to bring you back up to him. But I was just real aggravated because I wanted to get the stage points and everything. And I was like, this guy, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So that next lap or two or something, he drives down into, I don't know what to call it, but you come out of a left-hander and you make a quick little right. Then it's a real short straightaway and you make another right. And the first right you don't have to brake or lift for that much, but the second one you really do. And it's kind of deceiving because you're making that right and you're coming out of the corner and you gotta get out to the left to get a good arc into the second right-hander. And you can clip the grass right there when you're trying to swing. You're coming from out of the corner, you're trying to swing left to get a good arc. You can kind of run out into the grass and you're like, oh shit, kind of messed up. So there's that. So I feel like that's what he did, but I'm not 100% sure. But he got into the grass and I ended up passing him. And from that point forward, I held the lead throughout the stages, thankfully. So that happened.
That's 20 to go right there. Inside still there.
Okay, it's interesting. Okay. I know Ryan Newman's hard to pass, but fuck, I didn't know he was gonna. Okay, let me back out of that. Okay, Ty Dillon, you're not gonna go, so I'm gonna move you. And then we went to Iowa.
Clear.
So Iowa was kind of a lot like Bristol, but Mid-Ohio was in the Xfinity Series, Iowa was in the trucks. We started the race, stock setup, all that good stuff. I was hoping it wouldn't go to a caution because I was really comfortable with the stock setup there. When you're on stock setup, everybody's on stock setup. So I felt like I was really getting the most out of the truck on stock setup. And I had a lead, I was pulling away. Everything was great. Well, we had a caution. I'm like, oh, fucking great. Thankfully, we had another caution that scraped off laps. Because, I don't know. I feel like like Cavalier was
Clear
working
quick.
the high side of the track after we made
Outside,
adjustments.
still there.
That's the word I'm looking for. Okay. What the fuck, dude?
Inside, good drive off here.
So, you know, he did that and everything was cool and whatnot.
Outside,
It's just,
clear.
the car isn't that bad right now. It's just that I'm
Outside.
racing the CPU and I'm trying to pass these guys. If this was a league race, I wouldn't have to worry about it oh so much.
Caution's out. Back her down.
But, you know, it's whatever. But, you know, we got the final restart about like 5 ago or whatever.
Race is going
And
green.
I ended up doing
Green
an
flag.
alright
Outside.
job, but he passed me on the last lap coming out of turn 2 on the hot side. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, he cleared me. I'm like, fuck. I think I just lost this race. Like when he was passing me, I was like, okay,
Easy,
whatever.
easy.
Let me just get a good turn 3 and 4 and get through this damn corner, and maybe, just maybe, I can beat him in a drag race
All
off
clear,
of
all
it,
clear.
or out of the corner to start finish line. When he cleared me, I'm like, fuck, you gotta be shitting me.
Easy,
Well,
easy.
he cleared me, but he wasn't clear of me like he was clearing me like how hard it is. Well, how he was. And he drove into the corner. And if you guys ever raced at Iowa, you know if you go, yeah, I would expect something like that from Jamie McMurray. You drive down into turn 3, you drive down too low. You already know what happens.
Outside, still there.
You know, we got
Clear
12 to
high,
go. I'm
get
gonna
up
try and
there.
take this easy and not wreck myself. You already know what happens. You get down too low, the back end of your car is gonna whip around. You're gonna spin out. Well, he drove it in real deep and real low to make sure that I can get underneath him.
Hold your line.
At least that's what I think. Which is smart. It's just that this
Hold your
game is
line.
so. This game's got its head so far up its ass.
Outside, still
It
there.
doesn't allow you to run the bottom at Iowa in turn 3 and 4. Sometimes even in turn 1 and 2, I've spun out in 1 and 2,
Stay low,
racing the
stay low.
bottom like
Hold
that.
steady wheel. All
And,
clear, all clear.
I guess Ryan Blaney wants to be pushed past people. Whatever.
Clear all around.
Okay, now I gotta push you out of the way though, dude. You're really in my fucking way. And see, this is the type of shit that makes you spin out when you dive down stupid far to try and get underneath somebody. And see, like I'm like hooked on his bumper, so I can't pull down. I don't understand that. But yeah, he spun out in the final corner of the final lap, and I drove around the outside. And passed him.
Our bottom's clear.
Alright, oh, sorry, Larson. So yeah, that was that. So right now,
Hold your
oh
line.
sweet Jesus, that was
All
close.
clear.
Right now I'm sitting at 7 wins in a row. I'm feeling good about Dover. I mean, this win streak is going to end at some point in time, so I'm not sitting here like harping on it. What I am harping on is, okay, obviously we have stage points, which get, playoff points.
That was a really good
Well, we don't have stage points. If you win the stage, you get a playoff point. If you finish second or worse, you don't get anything. Just to keep it simple, you know. Just to keep it simple. So I just want to win the stages, and of course you get a playoff point. I think the max playoff points you can earn in a race is 4. 1 for, each stage, 1, 2, and 3, and then 1 for winning the race. So if I can get 4, I'll be like 1 playoff point away from who has the most. So that's what I'm really focusing on. So in a way, yeah, I'm focused on the keeping the streak going, because if I win, at the very least I get 2. if I can win a stage and win the race, I'll get 3. Right?
Inside.
So that'll, and let's say he wins the other, right? You know what? I'm not gonna fight that. So because I'm 5 back now, so then I'll win that. That gives me. How are we on fuel?
The leader is entering pit road.
Fuck.
The car ahead is pitting.
I got 4 laps of fuel. So I gain up, so that moves me to 2, but he gets 1, so that makes it 3. So if I don't know, if I can get max points though, because that's what I want to do. I want to get max points. If I can get max points, I'll be 1 point back, and then it'll be 1 point going into Charlotte, and hopefully I can do something there, even if I don't win, or if I just do something at Dover, like let's say I don't win any stage, but somehow I wind up winning the race or the stage. I don't know. Just one of these races I gotta get max points on, if not both of them. Or 3/4 of max points and somebody else win the stage. Like, I'm trying to get that playoff shit going. Like, I think we're gonna have like a final 3 at Homestead. So I can probably get to the final 3 regardless. And once we do that, like, the points will be reset for the final race at Homestead, which, God, I wish it was not at Homestead. Oh my God. But it'd be a cool idea. Like, the champion of the past year can pick whatever the final track would be. I know that's not something you do in real life, but in the league, that would be cool. If I win the championship, I'm picking Martinsville. I don't give a damn. I'm trying to win that championship again, damn it. I'm picking Martinsville. But, yeah, I just... How big of a lead do I have? Okay, I got a lap. Alright, let me just take it easy. But yeah, that's what I'm focused on. But that's a quick little update on our league, what's happening and whatnot. But like I said, guys, all the league videos are well, not all of them, but the league videos, all the ones that I did record are on my channel. So you guys, want to see any of these races, just go. I did kind of spoil them or whatever, but just you guys can go back and watch them. Like I said, all on this channel. Subscribe if you want to see the upcoming league races. If you guys want to see more of career mode and all that stuff, just go ahead and subscribe. Be sure to like the videos. It helps out a whole hell of a lot.
Fantastic job out there. Great win.
Shit. But yeah, 105 speed rating. We finished first. It wasn't looking like we was, man. Like, our car, just the way, like, we were racing all these guys and bouncing off them and spinning and whatnot. That was bad, but we held on. We won. It's a nice looking trophy, but just keep it moving. It's got all, like, those previous winners' faces on it and whatnot. But, alright, yeah, little speed boost, that's cool. We got 1 race to the playoffs. Yeah, that's whatever. I don't care. Alright, Richmond. So, I'll bring you guys the Richmond races in the next episode of this. Hopefully I'll get that out soon. But, like I said, be sure to like and subscribe. If you guys enjoyed the video and want to come back for more, please do. And, yeah, I will catch you guys in the next episode. Peace out.